love the film. It's great, isn't it?
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Good, cool. So, I mean, the book obviously has this kind of real cult following. And I mean, it's not necessarily aimed at you guys, nor is it aimed at me in our stage of in our lives. But did you guys read it? Can you see where the kind of fanfare came from?
Did you read the book?
I didn't read the bock. So,
I read it once.
No.
But I mean, for Lena, it meant a lot. She read it when she was 10 and it stuck with her until now. And, you know, she said she'd wanted to make this forever. So there's something there.
Because, I mean, Andrew, you didn't play this character as a brute. I mean, it's so easy to play a character like this in that sort of caricature way. But this is a very well-rounded, quite nuanced take on this. Was that something that you were really keen to explore?
well, that's actually not just out of laziness. Is the reason why I didn't read the book, because, you know, your job is to sort of interpret Lena's version of the story and to look at the script. So we wanted to make the character just a little bit more... maybe just in the book, he's maybe a little bit more sort of macho. He's a big sort of sword-wielding, sort of brutish type, which I'm not. And so yeah, we just want to make him a little bit so that he's suffering a little bit in the medieval society also.
I wanted to talk about Bella for a moment because she's so wonderful in this. You often, when you interview kind of young performers, you ask them what they learn from the kind of more experienced sort of actors on the set. But does that work both ways? When you're working with a sort of young performer as talented as that, do you find yourself learning from them? Because I always imagine they have a really natural approach to filmmaking.
So true.
Yeah, I think you do. I think just watching her, like I was saying before, she was so like fearless and not even if she was scared, she would just jump in and give it a go in a different way each time and be kind of really bold. And she's a force, and
she's in every single scene in the movie, I think.
And also the way that she behaves on screen, she's so just lovely and kind and funny and sweet.
And brilliant at improvising, completely fearless, because the character, you have to adore that character as an audience member, and so she's required to be, you know, make an idiot of herself, and be, as Joe was saying, like fearless. She just has to make an idiot of herself in whatever way she can. So you absolutely learn from her. Yeah.
Was there much improvisation? I mean, it felt quite improvised, which is often a testament to really good writing. But I got the sense you guys were given that freedom.
Yeah, we were. We were. I mean, the script was really tight at the beginning, but Lena's brilliant because she goes, you know, you bring something to the table, and so it becomes very natural. It also makes it a little less medieval in tone. So
it's amazing with Bella as well because so much of it is voiceover for her.
Yeah,
well, not so much, but
yeah. That's so true.
So some is just played on her.
Yeah, you know, because it's through her eyes.
And as an audience, when I know this is quite a modern sort of telling of a sort of period film, but I always get struck by how similar we are to people from centuries ago. But as actors, when you've been playing people, you've got into the heads of people from centuries ago. Does that become quite an overwhelming aspect for you guys when you play characters in period films, that just how closely connected we are to our history and something?
Well, yeah, I mean, the struggle for my character is that he has to marry his daughter off. You know, it's arranged marriage, but we look at marriage now as a sort of romantic idea. But back in the day, it was a financial arrangement, and so we have to sort of understand what his sort of plight was. So rather than seeing him as somebody who's just like selling his daughter for some cash, that's what was pretty standard fare at the time. So yeah, you got to just look at what they were going through. Also, their lifespan was just much shorter, so they had to. It was a bit more extreme.
Yeah, and I was going to ask because I was reading a sort of an interview sort of snippet where you said you spoke to Lena for like an hour and a half, and sort of when you were sort of before taking on this role. Is that quite normal in this industry for directors to have that kind of conversations before you start of that kind of magnitude, like an hour and a half long phone calls or on Zooms and stuff? Or is that something quite sort of unique to her? Would you say?
Kind of depends, right?
It depends. So there's normally often a conversation of some sorts, just to, you know, see if you're on the same page and you click and you kind of spark ideas off one another. But I guess it really depends on the person and the project. But Lena's one for conversation and one for talking, and one for ideas, and
she's great like that.
And just very finally, Andrew, Lena called you a hot medieval dad, which is a hot priest, hot medieval dad. What's the next character you'd like to make a hot character?
Dog.
Hot dog. Yeah. I could see he was a hot dog. Yeah.
I don't think that's true. You can't, can you?
No.
But thank you for saying that. It was the only word I could think of after hot. Hot water bottle.
Yeah. They are already hot though, to be fair.
Yeah. Hotter water bottle.
Hotter water bottle. Cool, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All the best.
Ladies and
and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!